You know, they say that when you're with somebody and when you're with them for a long time, that you become like that person. There's lots of studies done on relationship where they look at couples that have been together for 25, 30, 35, 40 years, those 50-year anniversary people. And they can see the similarities as to where people have grown together and become more and more like each other. Their thinking becomes more like each other. Their health patterns become more like each other. And the way they move through life is a mirror image of each other. A mirror image still within the representation of the masculine and the feminine to each's, ideal personalities there. But that there is a lot of similar ground that we share with somebody as we really merge with them. Morning Addison, morning Randall. The funny thing is that we live in a society that we have this desire that we're looking for this special someone, this person, the one, right? Our soulmate. I did a talk with Rebecca Boatman earlier this year, a whole panel where we were talking about calling in your soulmate. I even recently taught a class called, manifesting your man for us women, and how to manifest that soulmate energy into your life. But here's the thing, soulmates, we are all soulmates to each other in one way or another. If a person is in your life in any fashion or form and you are interacting with them pretty consistently, you can bet that they are a soulmate. Now we get that term caught up with, soulmate as though they are the one. Then we have the twin flames you hear in a lot of spiritual communities. This twin flame energy is supposed to be passionate and turned on, and every woman's dream relationship, because it is so full and so romantic and so passionate and so just, the knight in shining armor that comes and whisks us off of our feet and can do no wrong because he's so perfect. Must not be human, right? This amazing person. But the reality is that we get caught up on those things and we have these ideals set in our head. And so we go out and we look for the ideals and we date and we try to figure it out, and then we just do not find that ideal person in every category of our life, right? So we just are not finding that ideal out there. There's bits and pieces. And then inevitably we get caught on one person for whatever reason. We are just kind of drawn into this person. We're like, well, this person's really sweet. This person's really nice. This person makes me laugh. This person's really stable. This person's really attractive. This person has blah, 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 blah. Is so opposite of everybody else that I've been with. And so, hey, morning, Keisha. So we get caught into that person for a while, okay? And then we move through and we look at that person and we start to nitpick after a certain time frame. We start nitpicking this person and we go, well, but they actually have, this issue or that issue or blah, 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 blah. Now, when we really look at it, what are we really nitpicking? Here's another little noticing that when you get into relationship coaching, when you get into the law of attraction and you blend that relationship coaching, because everything is about relationship. Our relationship with life in general, our relationship with God, with energy, our relationship with self, with money, with health, with love, with sex, with, all relationships, physical, other human being relationships that we have. Life is about relationship, and we attract consistently who we are and where we are at in our life. There is no if, ands, or buts about it. You get who you are and where you're at. And if you're not liking who you are and where you're at, well, then you're probably going to end up attracting people that you're not really into. You can like them, you can see some good characteristics, you can do this, you can do that. They're not bad to play with, but they're not going to be anywhere close to the ideal. So what do? We actually end up attracting our mirror image. And then when we are with somebody for a long period of time, we create even a stronger version of our mirror image because we meld together more and more and more. Our energies combine. But it was the combined energy that attracted itself. Where we met each other is where we attract. So that often in relationships is from a place of our weak points, a place of our wounding, a place of where we're feeling, just not fully in alignment. A broken person will attract a broken person. If you are broken in the sexual realm, guess what? You're going to probably attract another person that is broken in the sexual realm. If you were broken financially, then you're probably going to attract somebody that is broken financially into your life. If you attract somebody that, if you're really struggling with health issues or being able to really keep in track different things, then you are more likely to attract somebody that is very struggling as well in those areas. You can attract the opposite, and we often do the opposite, but we can't keep the opposite for long periods of time because we do this. Opposites, as passionate as relationship can be, if we are not in aligned to that opposite energy, as much as we might want to be like it, if we have not already set in path the process of doing that, then we will end up having a conflict because the opposites, as passionate and as connected as they can be, for all the funness there, it will actually cause humongous battles, which is where you see a lot of people you can have the very unhealthy person, you can have the very healthy person. You're like, why are those two people together? But behind the scenes, they're bickering, they're fighting, they're not getting along. They have so many different issues going on, and it goes out and it just causes all these other issues in other areas of life. And before you know it, the breakup happens, right? And it's because one person, both people, whoever is the lower vibration is not increasing their vibration, is not opening up to the benefits of an increased vibration, whatever that might be. I'm just using health as a generalized point here. The biggest thing is that we really do, and I've seen this so often recently. It's come about. I have quite a few clients that are exiting relationships in one fashion or form. And on the front side, they were like, oh man, our relationship was really cool on the front side. It was nice. It was comfortable. It was this, it was that. But then it's inevitable. I hear one party or the other say, but I was never really fully attracted to that person. Like she never really floated my boat the way I wanted it floated. It was just like I never felt this desire, this passion towards them. But man, we're the best of friends. We are so great together. They're such an amazing person. We've built this amazing business. We've built a wonderful family together. We have such a beautiful blah, 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 blah. But I've never really felt that interlinking connection that I really want. And that is because there is that separation there in energy. And it happened on the front side. And sometimes we're just so polar opposite that it can never, ever be. And so you have to question in those moments, like, am I really happy with what I got? Is there more good than what I'm focused on as being bad? And I focus in on the good and present the opportunity for the bad to actually be washed away or to level up, to increase the vibration, and where the bad becomes no more, because there's always that opportunity there. It does take two people, but if two people are working towards it, then you can have that happen. Just realize, though, that the things that you are attracting into your life, especially with other people, if there's things that you're not liking about them, if there's things that you're just like, man, I'm really not enjoying that, look inside yourself to see where you yourself are guilty of that you are seeing that is being revealed to you by the other person. And equally so, if there's things about that other person that you're just like, wow, that's really amazing. Like, that person is really this, that person is really that, makes me feel good. Then realize that is also showing up in yourself. That is a representation of what you are also revealing and letting out. If you're not feeling that in that relationship, then you yourself are not giving that in that relationship, and perhaps in other areas of life as well. It really does come down to really looking at all aspects. Now, we do not mirror each other exactly. No two people are exactly the same. There's little subtle changes or sometimes drastic changes. It's more about the energy. I hear a lot of the times I have couples come in, and one couple will say, I just don't, they're into, I don't know, what can I pick on here without like throwing anybody underneath the bus? Like completely going down the path. I guess probably sex is probably the biggest thing that I hear from people. Is like one person is a very sex or touch. Oh, here we go. I just recently talked to somebody that's very touch deprived right now in their relationship. And it's important for us to receive touch. We need 6 very present good touches in our day. We need conscious touch. So not just the, hey, how's it going? That's not adequate. We actually need somebody to come along and like really just connect with us and slow down and go, hey, how's things going? Like just that, to give a hug, to spend a moment, to hold a hand, to just, share some laughter, share something like that. It's proven that 6 is what is really fitting for like a healthy mind, healthy emotion. It boosts our immune system. We're happier, better people when we actually have this conscious connection with other human beings. It does not always have to be from our significant other. It should never be considered that it should only come from one person, because anytime we put that much pressure on any one person, we end up pushing that person away, because now we've put all of our eggs in one basket, and we're demanding all of our needs to be met by that one person, and that's never ever going to work for us. So it is very important that we have multiple people in our lives to provide any form of connection to us, whether that is emotional, mental, physical connection. That is really important, to have multiple people moving through your life and providing that, and you providing that to multiple people. But this one conversation that I had the other day, it was, this person, they were sharing with me that their partner said, I need no touch. This is what I need. I don't want touch. Touch stresses me out. I don't feel compelled to get touchy feeling. I don't want to snuggle. I don't want to cuddle. I don't want to spoon. I'm like, I don't want that. Like I'm anti that. All right, well, that person needs to deal with whatever that person needs to deal with, and that's not what we're discussing here. But the flip side of it is that the other person was going, I really need the snuggle. I really need the spooning. I really need the touching. I really need just the connection, the conversation, let's hold hands while we're walking down the street. Let's do this, let's do that. And they're just deprived from that, okay? But what actually is going on there? You could look at that and you can go, well, that person needs to figure out either how to get the touch, which, yes, that person does have to figure out how to get that conscious touch, how to make sure that they're getting fulfilled in other ways. I suggested cuddle parties. I suggested, finding a friend to go out and just hang with, going and connecting with other family members that have small children, and then doing different, where you're actually just connecting and sitting and maybe watching a cartoon with your nephew or your niece or a friend's kid, babysit for somebody, do something so that you hold a baby, like whatever. There's just so many things that you can do to get some good connection going if you're significant other, or you're just completely depleted in that. But what's really, really going on here, if we break it down to an energetic level, which is where we have to go in order to actually heal it, right? In order to actually heal it, we have to break it down to the energetics. And the energetics of this is that the person who's not receiving touch actually believes that they're not worthy of receiving touch, actually has points in their life because of past, because of trauma, because of things that have happened back there that are holding on still. There's these little wounds that are still just open, just enough that there's actually a nervousness around the touch. So there's this I really want it, I'm craving it, I'm desiring it, I'm so hungry for this that I'm now moved into a needy state. And anytime we get into a needy state, we push what we want away, because we're more that need also doubt. That need is also I don't have. I'm so focused on that I don't have, that I'm creating that I don't have, so I'm pushing it away, pushing it away, pushing away. That's the energetics of it. No matter what's coming out of here, no matter what is being presented or anything, we're actually pushing away when we get into that needy state. And then the next piece of that is that there is this program running of I'm not worthy of love, I'm not lovable, I've got shame around being touched, I'm scared of being touched, I'm scared of opening up, I'm scared of the vulnerability. Being vulnerable is being weak. I can't surrender because I don't trust myself for safety. I don't trust the other parties for safety. There's all this uncertainty there, doubt within the relationship of that revealing. And so what that does is that energy, no matter what we're saying of like, I know I really need the cuddle. I know I really need the hug. I know I really need the spooning. I know I really need the hand holding right here. But what is actually happening? What is actually happening is the fear of receiving that we wish to have. So we may have that desire, but what is our underlying belief around that? Because the belief is what you get. Okay? The belief is what you get. And if you are not getting what you desire, what you want, then understand that the belief is different than the desire. And in order to manifest anything, now I'm talking about just, snuggling up with your lover on the couch, one person being in touch and one person not wanting touch, right? So one person wanting, one person not wanting snuggle time or spooning or whatever. We could say sex. We could relate this to money. We can relate this to anything. But anytime we are desiring one thing, but our belief is actually something else, we push our desire away from us. We do not gain it. We actually repel it very quickly, which shrinks us back and shows us the evidence that we can't have. So then we get focused on that we can't have. So what's the solution? The solution is bring your belief to where your desire is. Perhaps shrink your desire down just a smidgen, not very much. Maybe that desire is just a little bit extended out there too far for you to actually buy into. You got to be able to buy into your desire. You got to find some space. Maybe generalize it a little bit more. Look for it in other ways. Open up your spectrum and start looking for where you are getting versions of that you desire. Maybe you're not getting it exactly the way you want. Maybe it's not received in the time frame that you want. Maybe it's not coming from who you want. But if you start looking for where the universe is actually providing you the opportunity to receive it, and you accept it and you say, yes, thank you, then all of a sudden, hey, my baby girl just popped on, hi Beck. then you will call it in. So it was really about looking at what you want, where that desire is, and what your belief is to having it. Because when your desire and your belief match, it happens. That's where quick manifestation happens. That's where we really call in the people that we want. That's where we get the relationships that we want in our finances, in our love life, in our health, in our businesses, in the things that we want for. You want to see the changes that you want, and you want to see them almost overnight. You've got to get your desire and your belief together. And belief is not words spoken. Belief comes from here. Belief is something that you feel. You've got to have, and yesterday I was talking about certainty, about knowing, and there's a difference. We doubt most things. We say, I really want that, but that was really great, but that was wonderful. Things would be better if I really wish that this would happen, but this is actually where where it's at. How are you doing? Oh, I'm doing great, but there's this problem or that problem or da 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 da. We get addicted to our doubt. We get addicted to the not having, and we focus in on the not having, and then we wonder why more of what we don't want keeps appearing to us. And it's because we say we want this, but we believe we are only worthy of this. We believe that this is all that we can have because that's where the evidence is showing up. But the evidence is only showing up there because that's where our focus is. That's where the focus is. If you put your focus on the negativity, you will definitely magnetize to you more negativity. That's just the way it works. That's why it is called the law of attraction, okay? We attract to us that we are feeling, that we are vibing at. That vibration is a feeling. It's not our words. It's not our forced thought. It's not our actions. You can take two people, they can say the exact same words, they can do the exact same actions, they can even be running through their head the same forced thinking. But if they actually don't feel it down here, if one person doesn't feel it really resonate with certainty and knowing, which is different than thinking, speaking, and acting, it is a knowing, a belief, which is just a lower vibration. There's just a little bit of constriction in there, but belief is where you're striving for. Certainty is like nailing it. Okay, that's that knowing. And the other person completely just knows. Has faith. That's that other thing, right? That's that other word for it. Faith. Has faith. Yeah, I just know. Guess what? The person who has the faith will just have it happen. They just are just lucky, right? They're just lucky. Shit just happens for them. How did they make that happen? Why does things always work out for them? Why are they always happy? Why are they always connected? Why do they always meet the best people? Why do they always go to the best places? How do they just always make that stuff happen? It's just like they're living like that. How? Because they are commanding it in through their faith. They're commanding it in through their faith. Where 90% of the world focuses on their fear, on their worry, on their doubt. They have a desire. We all have desire. It's a beautiful thing. But we put our attention on the doubt. We put our attention on what is being shown to us. But you have to understand that the evidence that is showing up right now in your life is not from that desire that you have today. It is from your past work. It is coming from yesterday's desires and the lack of belief in them. That is coming from last week's wants and needs and the lack in belief in having them happen. That's where that evidence is actually coming up. So whatever is showing up in your day right now, in this moment, if you're not happy with it, if you just have not been happy with it, I want you to look out into the world. I want you to generalize your life a little bit. I want you to look for places that you are blessed. Shit, the sun rose today. You didn't have to do anything for it. The air is moving through your lungs. You don't have to think it, make it happen. You don't have to do anything like that. You have an opportunity to pay your bills. You have bills to pay. And I know that might be like, why would I be grateful for bills to pay? Well, there's people that don't have bills to pay. They also don't have a roof over their head. They don't have food on the table. They don't have anything tangible, anything in this world to make their life a little bit easier, a little bit more fulfilled, a little bit more satisfied, comfortable. Those people don't have bills. And some of those people would kill to have your bills. Okay? There's so much to be grateful for. And even the things that might be stressing you out, realize that it is an opportunity to actually find gratitude for the ability to move through it, to have it, to do it, for the opportunities that are being presented. And if you do have a bunch of blessings, maybe you have, like my daughter's on here right now, and I'm like, I'm grateful for her. She's a beautiful, talented young woman and a beautiful support system, and she's doing amazing things in this world. I'm in gratitude for that. I have a friend on here that I'm grateful for her support, for her connection, for her love, for everything. Amazing clients that pop on and off and are doing their work. And I'm in gratitude for them showing up every single day and doing their work. There's so much to be grateful for, but you've got to put your focus on that. If you want more of that in your life, put your focus on the good shit that is coming into your world and ignore that bad shit. Ignore it, because the more you talk about it, the more you feed it, and the bigger that beast will become. So where are you putting your attention today? Anybody who's local to the Dallas-Fort Worth area, Sunday we have the certification course for the Quantum Field Tantra. There are 4 spots open for this still. It is a small group class. It is definitely just going to be a very powerful class where we are teaching a lot of grounding. We're talking about energy work. If anybody's ever any of my videos or been to any of my workshops where I do I call my little tantric magic trick stuff where I move energy through somebody else's body without even touching them and they have a full body orgasm. Woohoo! Yes, that can happen. There is a video on my website at kendalwilliams.com for you to go and check that out underneath the tantric integration work if you want to see that. It is underneath the work with me tab. It'll pop up tantric integration work. There's a video there. You can also go on my YouTube channel, find it there, or here on Facebook. I believe it's posted somewhere on here too in my videos on my business page. But I am going to be teaching the level 1 class to teach people how to do this, because it might be my magic trick, but it's not something that nobody else can do. You can do it. Everybody can do it. It is possible to experience this, and it is an amazing, amazing skill and understanding, embodiment practice, and extremely healing and opening. If you want to res up your sex life, if you want to understand connection, you understand energetics, the quantum field at a whole new level, this is indeed the perfect class for you. So make sure that you definitely go and click on the link. Hey baby, when you say glad I caught your live, needed to hear that today. Love you, mama. And I love you too, baby. And I hear you're cooking me dinner tomorrow night. So please, I'm counting on it. Please come cook me dinner tomorrow night. I got a bunch of stuff here for you too. So there you go. All right, everybody knows you're cooking dinner tomorrow. You're now on the spot, Beck. All right, so yeah, click on that link. If I said anything in here that touched you in any fashion or form, made you think of somebody, please help me get Conscious Coffee out. Hit the share button. Your shares, your comments, your loves, your likes all help support me in the mission of spreading good energy and teaching people how to really learn about embodiment, because we live in a world where we are not embodied anymore. So, and from that, we live in struggle, and it can be nasty in today's world because we're so damn disconnected. So let's get connected to ourselves first, to God and ourselves first, and then to others, because through our relationship with Source, with God, with universe, whatever title you want to give it, through the Creator, and then with that relationship with ourselves, that is how we relate to our life and to everything and everyone in it. So know that. As always, stop existing, start living. I will catch you tomorrow with another Conscious Coffee. Bye, everybody.